Hello and welcome. This is going to be a video about gas masks. Before we get this video started, as always, I wanted to give a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, Core Essentials. I've been rocking a Core Essentials gun belt now for a very long time, and it has absolutely been one of my favorite EDC belts. They have a very unique track system on the back to ensure that once that belt tightens up, it is not going anywhere, and it can accommodate a very large gun, very large holster. They now have a variety of different colors and buckles. I am typically rocking now the Flecktarn camo pattern. If you guys want to use the link down in the description and the code FIREARMFREEDOM10, it will not only help the channel out by letting Core know you found out about their belts through this ad, it will also give you guys 10% off of your order. I have been getting a ton of questions throughout the past few weeks about gas masks, more specifically at the gun shop that I work at. The overall gun sales and ammo sales more recently have been going down a little bit, and we have been getting a lot more people more interested in the preparedness side of things, especially in the way of long-term emergency food storage and in the way of body armor, in the way of other kit or gear, and in gas masks. And a lot of the people that were looking at gas masks were asking kind of the one main question, which is, why would anybody need a gas mask? Is there any real reason to have a gas mask in your collection? And does it really actually prepare you for anything in the real world that goes a little bit above LARPing in your basement? I wanted to showcase all the masks that you're going to be seeing throughout the video and backroll footage. We have an old school Israeli gas mask here. You guys will see these floating around super cheap, and this may or may not make it in some of the backroll footage. A MIRA Safety 8M mask. Now these are not in production yet. I did get a chance to get my hands on this mask and do some testing, so you guys will be seeing this in backroll, but again, not in production. The MIRA CM6M mask. This is a great mask for people who have not worn a gas mask before. And then finally, you guys will definitely be seeing the CM7M in a lot of the backroll footage as well. This is not going to be, a huge ad video. MIRA did not want me to do this video or anything like that, but I do have a link down in the description. MIRA did send me all these masks to check out. I've done videos and stuff like that in the past, but if you guys do want to get one of these masks and you also want to help out the channel, there's a 10% off link down there. If you click on that and buy something, I will get a commission off that link. So, if you want to support the channel, great. If you don't use the link. Be aware, these, of course, as I was saying, everyone's really interested in preparedness stuff right now. MIRA has quite the backlog. I think they're around 4-week lead times, so just kind of be aware of that if you're looking to get these masks. In my time of reviewing masks here on YouTube in the way of gas masks, I've come across a lot of different people. I've come across kind of the gas mask nerds out there, and I am one of them. I find gas masks just kind of cool. I don't know, I always have ever since I was a little kid, but I see a lot of people just kind of really get into all of the specs on different masks, which ones are good, which ones are bad, and just kind of, again, nerding out on the gas mask itself for just the cool factor and the fact that it is a gas mask, not so much the preparedness side of things. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. I've come across the everyday prepper, and those people, a lot of the time, maybe they don't even know why they have a gas mask in particular, like what they're actually preparing for. And even if they think they know what they're preparing for, they really don't have those steps in place to protect them. And those people are cool, that's fine too. And then I also come across just the everyday person that is curious about a gas mask, and we all LARP a little bit in this community with the gas mask. They look cool, they look, a little bit tactical, they look a little bit aggressive, so why not get a gas mask? Why? What are the benefits to a gas mask? Well, the first thing that comes to mind for a lot of people to buy a gas mask is that prepping situation. But what exactly are you prepping for? For a lot of people, that is some type of of nuclear fallout, right? We see a gas mask and we see, oh, that has to go into a bomb shelter, and in that bomb shelter, you're preparing for some major nuclear attack where it leaves radiation all over the place and nuclear fallout everywhere. You need a gas mask for that. Well, as you saw there, all those gas masks have NBC filters on there, which are nuclear, biological, and chemical filters. So, of course, that filter can filter out radioactive material and protect your lungs from that. Now, a company like MIRA Safety, and there's many other companies out there, will also sell CBRN suits, which is basically the same thing that that filter will protect you from, but on a suit that covers your entire body. One of the first things that I want to address with this reason for getting a gas mask is, quite frankly, I don't know that it is realistic in any way, shape, or form to be buying a gas mask to protect yourself from nuclear fallout. Why is that? Well, people don't really think about all that there is to think about when it comes to nuclear fallout. We are looking at literally radioactive ash falling from the sky. Anything that touches now becomes radioactive, and that is not good for us at all. So, unfortunately, just having a gas mask, even having a CBRN suit, will only protect you to a point. Those filters get clogged, but the biggest thing is where you are going to. If you think you're going to be able to just don this gas mask and a CBRN suit and sit in your house for the rest of your life, it is going to be a little bit of a short life. It's not going to work out too well for you because our houses kind of soak up that radiation and you're not going to last all that long. So you really need to have a secondary location that you can go to that is free of any sort of nuclear fallout, that has water built into the setup, that has food already there, and it also needs to have a decontamination chamber, because the moment that you walk into a radioactive area and walk out of it, you are yourself now contaminated with radioactive material, and that is going to be drugged right into your shelter. So these are all things that I think a lot of people don't really realize when it comes to buying a gas mask for nuclear fallout. For me, unfortunately, I really don't have a massive bomb shelter that I can go to with a decontamination chamber to fully get away from that. So I know that if I just buy a gas mask and I buy some iodine tablets, that's just really not going to do too much for me in that really bad situation. The main reason why I buy these gas masks is really two things. Gas, in the way of CS gas or any other sort of gas that could be in the air, and that may be toxic gas, it may be less than lethal gas, but whatever type of gas I would like to be able to protect myself against, and then also some type of biological contaminant that is in the air. So if you are looking at, let's say, a major catastrophe that is much worse than what we're seeing right now, we're talking if you get contaminated with whatever biological agent is in the air, a virus, whatever, you are going to die. I would like to have the ability to at least get out of that area or get as far away from people as humanly possible with that mask. And that NBC filter will protect you against all of those biological agents. Of course, you also have to know how to decontaminate your mask. I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking in your mind, well, how often are you running into CS gas in your house? Look, I think it's very possible at some point in our modern lives to run into a crazy situation. Whether you're keeping a gas mask in your vehicle and you're driving through a part of town where all of a sudden there's a protest and now there's CS gas floating around in the air, or it is government tyranny coming to, disrupt our lives or something like that. I would much rather want the ability to don a gas mask and be able to fight through small agents like CS gas and not have it end my fight early, rather than just sit there and not be able to do anything about it. So I do think having that mask for some CS protection is definitely beneficial, and that's why I have these masks scattered all throughout the house, because again, you don't know the situation situation that you're going to come across. Now, when it comes to the biological agents, I think, again, that is a little bit more realistic than some sort of nuclear fallout situation. It definitely could happen. It has happened multiple times in our history where a massively bad viral agent went around in the air, and it was something that, again, if you get, it is going to kill you, or there's a high probability of killing you. I want to have the ability to have this gas mask that will also then act as a respirator for me and my family to be able to get out of the area as far as possible without getting sick. Or if you have the ability to just simply get through a large amount of people without having to worry about that. And in some sort of biological contaminant in the air, that is the type of protection that you would actually need. And we're talking decontaminating the mask afterwards, decontaminating the filter by means of throwing it out and getting a new one. These are all things to think about. One of the other reasons why I think it is actually very important to have a gas mask is for training. A lot of people forget about this. So when it comes to wearing a gas mask, people don't really know what it's like to go to the range with a filter on that gas mask and actually run around and shoot. When you are pulling air through a filter, especially an NBC filter, it is difficult to breathe. It is going to restrict your breathing. So aside from the cardiovascular benefits that you're going to get from running around and slowing your breathing, learning how to breathe through basically a little straw on your face, all of those things are going to help physically over time, but it is also going to help, in my opinion, your shooting. It makes things more difficult. It makes getting a cheek weld on your rifle more difficult, and all of those things I think will benefit your shooting and training over time. How should you keep that gas mask so that it is actually ready to use? When we're looking at threats like CS gas, like some sort of a biological agent, which yes, it might not be as dire to get the gas mask on in speed, but any other type of situation, even when we're looking at having a carbon monoxide filter, if you're in an area potentially with wildfires or something like that, those carbon monoxide filters do have their limitations, but they have been known to help in those situations. That would absolutely be another reason to have a mask, and then also a reason to don it quickly. You guys saw in the beginning there that a lot of my masks have the straps over the front of the lenses there, and the reason why I do that is because if I need to grab the mask quickly, I don't have to worry about all the straps back here. I can simply put the mask on my face, and this allows me to still use the mask, and then I can actually pull this over my head and use it properly. This is by far the quickest way to get that gas mask on your face and in use without having to fumble around. I also have my filters ready to go on there. You don't want to have all of your filters scattered about and say, hey, I want to get these lasting as long as humanly possible, so I'm going to keep them all sealed in plastic. That's about as good as having an ammo can full of ammo right next to your unloaded magazines. In a time that you actually have to use them, you're going to want to have that ammo in the magazine already, and that's the same thing with these filters. You should have a few of the filters sealed in plastic so that they have that 25-year shelf life, but one filter should be on your mask, ready to go. So many times I see people buy these gas masks, and it's a lot of the folks that just kind of buy them more for the LARPing aspect of it, and they will have them not in a ready condition in any way, shape, or form. The straps are all messed up. If they need to be adjusted to the individual, they're not adjusted. The mask itself has not been checked on the person to make sure it works, and they don't have any filter in it. So that gas mask is about as good as not having one. Another thing to think about, and this is something that I think is rather interesting when it comes to YouTubers reviewing gas masks in YouTube, in the YouTube world, if you have a massive beard and massive amounts of facial hair, guess what? This gas mask, it's not going to work for you. So if you are a prepper, if you are somebody that is buying these masks in the event of a dire situation where you need clean air, and you also have this luscious amount of beard facial hair, I got bad news for you. If you want to have these for that emergency situation, the beard's got to go. That is something to think about. And when you're trying to watch a video about a gas mask and somebody honestly reviewing it, I got news for you. They're not really reviewing it with facial hair. So you can have a little bit, but there is a line there where once you cross it, you're not going to get a proper seal. And again, that's something to test with your own mask to make sure it works. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'm sure there's a lot of things that I even missed. If you guys do want to see more gas mask videos in the future around this topic, more of a how-to with gas masks, let me know down in the comment section. Once you are down in the comment section, there's also some links in the description that will bring you to different ways you can support the channel and also different avenues of social media that Firearm Freedom has. So check out those links. I really do appreciate the support. And if you want to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, again, it helps defeat those YouTube algorithms that are really pushing down gun content. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, stay tuned for more great videos coming soon.